Namaste and welcome back. Among all the videos I have released so far, I treat this video as the most important and critical video for two reasons. One is that I have done a lot of experiments before I shot this video. Secondly, it deals with the happiness and well-being of all of us. I'm talking about the right way of chanting Om. Vedas say that it all started with the cosmic sound Om. Om is the reflection of the absolute reality. It is said to be Adi Anadi, means the one without the beginning or the end, but embraces all that exists. Om is the vibration of the Supreme, they say. So when you chant Om, it vibrates at a frequency of 432 Hertz. This is the same vibrational frequency found throughout everything in nature. Om is also the basic sound of the universe. So when you chant Om, symbolically and physically, you get connected to the nature and every living being, including the human beings, irrespective of the caste, color, creed, region or religion. Om is also said to be Pranayama, a Sanskrit word, which means both the controller of the life force, that is prana, and the infuser of the life force. Om is also called the Shabda Brahman, that means the god of sound or vibration. So when you chant Om, it creates vibrations in your body. It enhances the well-being and calmness in your body, and it impacts your nervous system positively. Now there is a way to chant Om. First of all, you have to sit on the ground, preferably in a comfortable posture. You can also sit on a chair as well, but well ventilated place and sitting on the ground is preferred. And you can sit in Padmasana like this, or you can sit in Sukhasana, Bhadrasana or Ardha Padmasana as well. It is up to you. Secondly, your back should be straight. So if you look at most of the mantras, they start with Om. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Maheshaya Namaha, Om Shambhave Namaha, like that. So normally we say Om, but it's not actually Om. It is A, U and Ma. So the combination of A, U, Ma creates Om. So there is a way to pronounce that also. So when you say A, and in fact you have to close your eyes to have the best impact. You can practice right now along with me. So when you close your eyes and say A, open your mouth and say A, you will feel the vibrations in your navel region. So A, you feel the vibrations here. When you say U, you make a tunnel and then say U, you get the vibrations near the heart. That is the heart chakra. So when you close your mouth and hum ma, then you get the vibrations in your brain. So when you chant Om, it creates vibrations in three critical important areas of our body. One is the navel point, the heart chakra and the brain. So the time that you take to say A and U and Ma should be the same. You can start with say 3 count or maybe 5 counts, and going forward you can go for a 9 count. I will make a simple demo for you taking 5 counts. Okay, and as I said earlier, close your eyes and feel the vibrations in all these 3 areas. And I am taking a 5 count, as I said. So you can take a break for 5 seconds and then start chanting again A, U, Ma, and again allocate 5 seconds. Now in the beginning, I also told you that I have done a lot of experiments before I shot this video. So for the next few minutes, you will witness that. So when I used to practice Om, like A, U, Ma, I was very comfortable at B or plus and C scale. In fact, I would get into trance very fast. Many times I would not feel like coming out of that state of mind. But I was not sure which is the best scale that suits you. So what I have done is that I have clubbed the chanting of A, U, Ma, that is Omkara, with the Saptaswaras. In fact, I have added a few more. So what I have done is, and you will feel and experience it if you chant along with me. What I have done is I have taken lower scale, A lower scale, A scale, B scale, C, D, E, F, G, and G 5.5 scale. So at all these scales, I have chanted Om 3 times and I have allocated 5 seconds. So what I request is you practice along with me, and then over a period of time you will experience or you will feel that this is the best scale which is suitable for you. So you start practicing at that scale. And if you ask me, I would request you to practice at all scales from A lower to G 5.5, because each has a different impact. And another interesting aspect of chanting Omkara in the right manner is that you get the benefits of both meditation and pranayama. As I said earlier, probably for the first time in the world, you will see such a video wherein I have synced the chanting of Omkara with the musical notes. So please share with as many people as you can so that we can contribute our bit towards a peaceful world. So I'm very keen to have your comments. Keep practicing and have a great time. I hope you practiced along with me. And as I said earlier, this is very close to my heart because if you go around and see, except children below 5 years of age, you hardly find people who are smiling, who are blissful, because there is so much of stress all around. The only way we can soothe our body and mind is by chanting this wonderful universal sound that is Om. So I want you to please practice this and share this video to all your friends, dear and near ones. And please hit the bell icon so that you don't miss my future videos. Till then, keep smiling. Have a great time. Bye bye.